G'day, I'm Melissa Shannon, founder of digitalscrapbookinghq.com, and today I have another Christmas flip through for you. This one is 2020 and this album is a beautiful hinged lay flat album, and I used Nettio Designs templates. So let's take a flip through it together. Today we're looking at December 2020. So I'm just going to show you this album is an 8x8 and this one's also an 8x8. They're both printed by Forever. This is their standard binding, which is, you may be able to see, is sewn. And then we have the lay flat binding, which is what, and this binding is the hinged lay flat, which is a little bit cheaper than the hinged lay flat binding is a little bit more affordable than the seamless lay flat, but you do have those black gutters. I really love the results with hinged lay flat, so you'll probably see a few of these books in the series. This album is based on the Holiday Faves albums from Nettio Designs, and I used mostly Katie the Scrapbook Lady's kit. I'll link you up to that kit. So this was a bit of a different year for us. So it was 2020 and I live in Perth, Western Australia. We actually closed our borders so that we couldn't have any transmission of the virus. So that meant at this stage in December 2020, we were basically going around somewhat life as usual. We had check-ins for every location that we would go to. We had QR codes to check in, and we were tracing any cases and putting them in hotel quarantine. So that actually meant that life was somewhat usual. We didn't even have gathering restrictions at this point. So we did meet outside with friends. We were still trying to stay 1.5 meters apart. I don't know if you remember the Bethlehem star. We all headed down to the beach to see that. And then it was our daughter's homeschool year 6 graduation. And we put on this Christmas Carol performance, and again we had to document who was going to be there and all that stuff, but there wasn't that much of a limit to what we could do. Christmas carols, I was playing piano for Christmas carols, and every day we would just be like, wake up, no new cases, no new cases, no new cases. And we hoped that we would be able to put on these carols. And we could. Only 10,000 people were allowed to attend. It had to be ticketed for COVID tracing purposes. And it's really special being part of this team. Quite a few of the team are moved on to other things now, so I'm so glad that we had this shot. Although I did have to say we were a little bit nervous about taking a group photo like this because we were still supposed to be 1.5 meters away from one another, which clearly we aren't here. So there was still a lot of nervousness, but there hadn't been many cases here in Perth at all. And it was probably the biggest Christmas carols event in the world at that time. So I did a little bit of a tweak here, called it Summer Nights instead of Winter Nights. And I used a lot of glitter styles on this page. Looking back on these photos, I'm like, maybe I should have increased the brightness on a few, but I'm still pretty happy with how this album turned out. Then I get to our New Year's Eve, where for some inexplicable reason we have a tradition of watching Ocean's 11. Not sure that there's anything New Year's about that. And then I love to document the children's gifts, just so they can look back and see what they got for Christmas. And a couple of filler pages. So I really like the lay flat. Forever also does have a full lay flat which has no binding at all, and it's just made as single sheets across, but I love how this is easy to just pull open. And I'll link you up to any of the kits that are still available. In the details of this video, did you document Christmas 2020? I'm guessing your Christmas was a lot more different than ours was. We were very lucky in 2020, but things changed a bit in 2021. So if I was making this album again today, I might change a few things. I wonder if I might add a little more embellishments. It's super plain. And I haven't even backed all the fonts with a textured paper or anything. And I would definitely probably amp up the brightness on most of these photos, I think. I really do love this wreath. So I do like embellishments. So I might go through and add some more if I was doing that today. Something to keep in mind when I do this. The things I really love about this one is that it's done, and probably my favorite page is this one where I got a backstage photo and I combined it with a photo of the stage setup and put hours and hours of practice into that. So documenting our Christmas carols is pretty important.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And if you would like to learn more about how to create albums like this one, you can head to digitalscrapbookinghq.com/simplefamilyyearbook. Don't forget to support me by giving me a thumbs up, clicking subscribe and clicking on the bell icon so that you'll be notified of when I create new videos. Thanks so much for watching.